Hey everyone, it's Natalie. Sorry I haven't been able to do a video, but I've been working. I'm on my lunch break, so let's get to it. Today I'm coming to talk about protecting yourself from the narcissistic in-law. This is the thing. Your in-laws that are narcissistic are like lions, and they are trying to coerce you into the lion's den. Giselle would never trust a lion because they know that they are predatory. So you don't want to fall victim of the lion with false hope, with false apologies, with love bombing, everything that comes into play when your in-laws are trying to manipulate you into their favor by acting kind and generous and loving and caring when they're not. And I can tell you, I have some notes I'm just going to be looking up. First off, you are deserving. You are deserving of love, to be cherished, to be honored, to be welcomed into your husband or wife's family. I bet when you growing up, you had this fairy tale wedding and life planned out for your significant other. That you imagine that when you get married, that both sides of the family are going to be welcoming and warm and cherish you. And when you are in a situation where you are dealing with a predator, you're kind of shocked that someone could ever treat you that way. And so when you are when your dreams are crushed, the dreams you had as a small child of this beautiful person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with and how magical it was going to be, when your dreams are crushed, in a way, even though they're crushed, you try to overcompensate for those people who treat you that way, overcompensate yourself in situations, thinking that if you act this way or act that way, things will get better. But they never do. And no matter how much you as a person change for these narcissists and do everything they say and everything they want to mold you like clay into the perfect person in the narcissist's eyes, you soon realize that no matter how much they mold you, no matter how much you bend over backwards, it will never be good enough. And when you come to that realization, after you have changed your behaviors, you have changed your language, you have maybe changed your appearance, changed you as an individual, even try to change your personality to fit in with these narcissist in-laws, when you finally realize that no matter how much you change, it won't be good enough, I think that is the moment in your life you kind of stand up and you say, what the heck is going on here? Like, I have done everything to please these people and nothing is ever good enough. They are running behind my back, telling my husband or wife things that aren't true about me. They're purposely being condescending, rude, and vicious to me in public and in private. They're spreading rumors and gossip. They are trying to change the way that my husband sees our relationship, that I'm a bad parent. The list just goes on. And when you finally realize that you have to gain your control back, because no matter how many times they manipulated you, what you don't know is that during that time, unconsciously and consciously, you're taking notes. You're taking notes of everything they do, okay? And when you actually look at those notes that you have, written down mentally or even physically, you soon start to see that you have learned, believe it or not, learned something from this experience. And what you have learned is that you as a person are precious, that you as a person are deserving, that no matter what they have done or said to you in the past or maybe in the present, with these learned things, these learned whatever memories, okay, learned memories that you have, you soon start to see that it's not your fault, that you're not the one to be blamed, that everything that has happened is your narcissistic in-laws' fault. You have changed everything about yourself to make these people like you, and it was never good enough. And since you had been taking notes this whole time, it's just like a book. You read your book, you learn from it, and you move forward. And you take what you've learned and you apply it into your current situation, and you teach yourself to be strong. You teach yourself to get up, dust yourself off, and be the shining light that you are. That this doom and gloom cloud that has been hanging over you, called your narcissistic in-laws, has been blocking the light of the sun that has been shining the whole time. And what you're going to do is you're going to say to yourself, I am deserving. This is not right. I've read my book, and my book says that the people that have treated me like this are the ones with the problem. They're envious of you. They're jealous of you. You've taken their child from them. And so, in their eyes, they feel as though you're the enemy. No matter how many times, no matter how many times that you have tried to please these people and show them that you are not the enemy, they never believe you. And so what they do is they continuously start wars and battles with you while you're staying silent, and maybe you're even sticking up for yourself. I'm going to read a few notes. So first off, they have, like I said, they have resentment towards you for coming into their family, maybe being the new matriarch of this family, and the mother-in-law just hates it. The mother-in-law wants everything under her thumb, including your relationship, including your children. They're hostile towards you, and they come from an evil place. They are toxic. They come from an evil, toxic place that no matter what you do or say will ever be good enough. And so when you are dealing with a hostile, evil, toxic person, you have to protect yourself. You have to take what you've learned in that book of life, and you have to choose and pick. You have to be mindful of your triggers, and you have to say to yourself, is this worth letting my narcissist take me to a place that takes me out of character of who I am as a person? Are these people worth giving them exactly what they want? And that is for you to show your butt, to show your ass, for you to step out of who you are as a person because you are hurt, and go on attack mode to these people. Because if you go on attack mode, what's going to happen is these people are going to say to everyone, see, I told you she was like that. I told you he was like that. Look at the way he talks to me. Look at the things that he does. Look at the things that they've done to me, right? When it's usually the flying monkeys that they say this to. It could be anyone. But when those people that they are spewing hatred about you to, those people, those flying monkeys or whoever, have no clue what the situation truly is. They have no experience like you do with this person, because with a narcissist, right, they target individuals to be cruel to. And then the other people, let's say the flying monkeys, have a totally different experience than you have with that narcissist. So when you do go and tell these people, no, that's not true. She antagonized me. She has resentment towards me. She's hostile towards me. Talking about your narcissist. If you go and tell those people that your narcissist was doing all of those things, the other people won't believe you. They won't believe you because their experience with that narcissist is totally different than yours. So when the narcissist goes and tells them, after you play yourself as a fool, out of character, and they go and tell people like, look how she's acting. That's how she acts all the time. Knowing that the only reason why you are acting that way is because you have had it. Because they have stepped on your toes so many times that you are just completely done with them. That nothing they have ever done has been kind or courteous or sympathetic or empathetic towards you in whatever situation you're in, or to your relationship, or to your children, right? So that's why you blow up. You step out of character when you go on attack mode on these people, because you're giving them exactly what they want. They want you to be angry. They want you to be mean to them, even though the whole reason why you're acting like this is because of the things they have done to you. They want you to act that way so they can go gossip. So you have to be mindful of your triggers. Be mindful of the things that are going to upset you, that come out of their mouth or through their actions. You have to say to yourself, is this worth me triggering over? You have to guard and protect your heart from these people. Don't react the way they want. They get an advantage over you. They totally take advantage of the situation, of you being upset, and then they get an advantage in that relationship, in that situation, because at the end, because the narcissist doesn't really care about you, you're the one standing looking like a fool. The best thing you can do is when someone triggers you is to walk the other way. Stay quiet. That's what eats out a narcissist. Since they want you to be triggered and they want to get an advantage over you, if you stay silent, walk away, do not react, protect your heart, then they cannot get anything on you. So the best thing you can do is stay silent. Ignore them. Best thing you can do is go no contact, but I understand some people can't. Then you have to protect your energy that they are coming for. They are coming for that energy. They are jealous of your positive energy. They are jealous of the emotions you have, who you are as a person. They are jealous of everything that makes you a person. They're jealous of it. That's why they do what they do. Because only jealous people are insecure to the point that they actually have to attack someone else because of their insecurities. I mean, that's really the truth. They're insecure people, these narcissists. And that's why if they see something in you that is precious or they're envious or jealous of, they attack you for it. Or they'll play it down like, whatever special thing that's about you, that you have about yourself, they play it down. So, for instance, if someone comes and says, wow, Natalie's doing such a good job on this or that, what the narcissist will do is they will tell that person that said that, yeah, but so-and-so helps her, or I do this, and then they play their, I do that. She's, that's really nothing type of attitude, because they're trying to play you down to everyone that is around you and around them. because they always want to make it sure that they are number one. That what people have to say about you that are nice is irrelevant. It's not as good as them. And then you have to ask yourself, when they're triggering you too, is this worth your time? Should I respond? Or are you going to set those boundaries with that person and have a calm and collective voice and say, you cross this boundary, there will be consequences. The best boundary you can give someone is silence. Because if you're giving someone that silence, then they're not getting what they want out of you, and that is a reaction. So you give them silence, they won't be able to respond to silence. Matter of fact, silence is the biggest killer. Silence will make them show their ass. They will. Because when they're not getting a reaction out of you, what they do is they keep doing things thinking it's going to get a reaction out of you, and eventually all that catches up to the narcissist, and then people start seeing who the narcissist truly is. They want to destroy your confidence and heart by stealing the energy of your soul, of your being. They want to make sure that you don't think highly of yourself, that whatever situation it is, they're just gonna destroy it, so that way they have power over you, and the confidence level in you will diminish because of the things that the narcissist is doing to you. So for instance, let's say that your mother or father-in-law is really nice to you in your face, and then behind closed doors, or maybe just you and the narcissist, that's it, no one else around, the narcissist is cruel, evil, demeaning. They have no empathy or sympathy for you. The things that you tell them in private, they always go and gossip about that. They're just, it's so hard to put in words what they do, right? Because it's the little things that they're constantly doing that adds up, that triggers you, right? And but the thing is, it's these little things that hurt the most, because it's constant, it's chronic. And so when you go and try to tell your spouse that their mother or father is doing this to you, they don't believe you. They don't believe you. Because they're witnessing that. Well, in my case, I can tell you, even when my narcissistic mother-in-law was telling my husband in private and smiling in my face, but in private telling my husband to divorce me, to take my job, to take my kid, take my car, take my house, that she would help him get out of this marriage. Even though she'd said that about once to twice a year, my husband still didn't, he still didn't see. He's like, oh, that's just my mom. You have to ignore her. And it's like, how can you ignore someone who is whispering things into your partner's ear to influence him in a way that could damage your relationship? How could you not be upset over that? How could you possibly stay normal in that circumstance, in that situation, when you're finding out these things your in-laws are doing behind your back and then smiling in your face? How can you stay normal? It's really mind-boggling that these people think they can do whatever they want, slither like a snake through the grass, right? Then bite you, and after you're bit, not react to the bite. I mean, I, in good conscience, could not go around talking trash about someone that is in my family and then getting in front of that person and smiling in their face, asking them to go to lunch, asking them to go on vacation in good conscience. I could not do that. But these people have These people have a motive, agenda of just being deceitful people. They don't care about you. It's hard for your husband or wife to believe that, but eventually, I'm sorry, I lost train of thought, but my husband eventually did figure out after I told him, like, look at what your mother is saying and doing. Like, how could you not believe me when I am telling you she is a narcissist? There is something seriously wrong with her. Well, eventually, what it is, my husband always kind of knew, but because that's his mother, he has been programmed and conditioned into believing that is normal behavior. He didn't see a big deal with it. And so if you are experiencing something like this with your spouse, where they do witness things that happen to you from the narcissist, but say nothing or do nothing about it, remember, they have grown up with this person their whole life. They find this behavior acceptable and normal. So until you show them the light that this behavior is not normal, are they really going to consciously wake up to the fact that their mother or father is a narcissist, that their mother or father is the reason why you are upset, while the relationship is not stable with them in it, that the relationship is threatened with these narcissists in it, and until they see that light of these truths of the reality of the situation, they're just going to keep going along like sheep with their narcissist. But when they do see the light, like my husband, he finally said, yeah, you're right, Natalie. It's not right. And he has brought it up to his parents, because we've been no contact for 2.5 years, that when they question him about, us getting back into their lives, my husband said, well, you guys have not been really great to Natalie. You guys have not been very nice to her. You know what they did? They stayed silent on the other line of the phone instead of saying, like a normal person, let's say a normal person more likely wouldn't purposely do that. And if you brought it to their attention, they say, oh my gosh, I was unaware, I'd like to apologize. But no. A narcissist will never apologize. So when his parents stayed silent on the other line and then quickly changed the subject, it just shows you that they know what they are doing to you. They know. Because someone that is unaware would apologize. But people that know, they act like this. Head held high, nose in the air, change subject type of attitude. You're deserving. You don't deserve that. So you have to start, protecting yourself around these people, especially if your spouse or whoever that is around you doesn't believe you. Know your triggers and ask yourself when you are triggered, is this worth wasting my energy on? Is this worth giving them what they want? Because when you do that to yourself and you give them what they want, it is like taking a little piece of your heart out and trampling on it on the ground. The narcissist is literally trampling your heart on the ground. So to preserve your heart, to preserve who you are as a person, you have to ask yourself, should I respond in that direct moment? Should you have your boundary up? Should you go silent? That's what you have to ask yourself. Because as mad as they make you, remember, they do it on purpose. Don't do that to yourself. Don't give them what they want. They are killing you as a person on purpose. They're doing this to you on purpose. And as soon as you wake up to this, the faster you can protect yourself. Don't be ignorant to this. Wisen up and say, I see what you're doing. It's not going to work. I see it. And the faster you can start seeing their manipulation in focus, the madder you're going to make the narcissist, because when you go silent and you preserve yourself, the narcissist is going to have to come up with more crap to do to you, which is eventually going to get them caught doing all this to you. But if you're triggering every time they're doing something small to you, it really honestly makes you look like you have the problem, even though the narcissist is the one starting the crap. They're manipulative people that have manipulated everyone around them into believing, let me say this again, into believing that their behavior is acceptable, is normal. It's not. So when people aren't believing you and aren't seeing it for themselves because they are a codependent, they are maybe a golden child, they're abuse victim themselves, so they can't see it as clearly as someone that's coming into the family who's never been treated like this before. So if they don't see it, you're going to have to play the game of chess very carefully, so that way you can show everyone instead of saying it. Because saying it, but showing someone what you have been talking about is eye-opening. It will change their whole perspective, their whole view of that person. But if you are just giving yourself away every time you're mad, instead of being mindful, right? Instead of being mindful, if you have to clench your tongue in between your teeth to keep you from talking, then do so if you can't just walk away. You want to win against a narcissist? You want to beat them at their own game? Shh. Stay silent. Let them show their ass to everyone. You don't have to do it. Because eventually what happens is the narcissist always exposes themselves. You're not the one that has to expose them. You don't need to expose them. So be mindful and be grateful that you're finally mindful. Okay? All right. Don't let them take you to that evil place. It's not worth it. They're scheming. Peace, love, harmony. Bye.